Hello and welcome to Hurricane Dorian. We're just on the edge of it. Okay, we're going to move forward here. Wesley's holding the umbrella and I'm trying not to... Wait, come on, let's go. We're not going to go anywhere like this. This is our Sabbath walk for today. Just going to talk some. We're headed the opposite direction I usually go. But we're not going to talk much about the trees and stuff because we're more interested in keeping the camera dry and just saying our piece here. The storm is tracking. It's going to go. It's going to hit landfall in Nova Scotia. Probably run over Halifax. They are evacuating along the ocean there because of storm surge and all. I'm not sure how bad it's going to get here. I'm expecting the wind to pick up. We haven't got much wind, hence we're doing this with an umbrella. Because otherwise our umbrella would end up in the Northumberland Strait and it'd probably be broken. Wesley's stumbling a little bit here, trying to keep from falling. The muck usually isn't actually that bad. I'm not even wearing mud boots yet, or rain boots, whatever you want to call them, rubber boots. Trying to keep the umbrella out of the picture. But really, it's not bad right now. This is like a fairly gentle rain. I'm expecting that to change. I'm hoping it doesn't get too much bad because we are on the fringe. We're not on the funnel. We're only expected to get rain and strong wind, but not like a hurricane. They're going to call it tropical storm here, which means it's going to be a little like Aaron was last week. I'm not real worried about it. I'm hoping that we don't have any trouble with trees going down. If we're lucky, we'll keep our power, keep our internet through the whole thing. But we'll see this evening, because the wind isn't bad and it's supposed to get bad.
Whoa,
so.
whoa, whoa,
whoa. Whoa.
Wind.
A wind, okay, yeah, well.
Just as you said that.
Yeah, well, there's a little bit of wind, but it's nothing spectacular. I mean...
Well, I'm holding the umbrella with one hand, so I feel...
Yeah, that'd give you an idea that there isn't that much, because if you're holding it with one hand and it was windy, you'd be all over the place. See a gust suddenly drag you off somewhere with a tattered umbrella towing you out there. We're thinking about other things we can do for our Sabbath walk instead of just doing a walk. My shoes untied. Could you hold the camera briefly? I'm going to tie that because it's picking up a lot of mud. And I don't need to trip over that either.
Yeah. Whoa.
The thing is, my laces are running through the muck. So we're thinking of doing music. We have a lot of musical ability in the family. Everybody can kind of sing, and if we sing together, we actually have a pretty good men's chorus with me and the boys. My wife plays the flute and the mandolin. My daughter plays the violin. I play harmonica and jaw harp, which might not thrill you a great deal. I'm not that great, but I can play, and I probably will. I like to create my own background music to some degree for my videos because I can't really get copyright strikes for doing my own stuff. And that's something I really don't want to have to worry about, but I do want it to be quality enough. There's some pretty lousy stuff out there, and it could get pretty bad. Now we're going to turn around when we get just past the 5-minute mark and walk back. We're walking deeper down our road into the bush. This direction, there's nobody living down here except a few cottages, and people don't live in those. They just show up and party and then they leave. The road does go all the way through, but you're talking about 20 or 25 miles of bush, and by the time you get out the other end, when you get back to civilization again, you've gone a long ways. You won't make it with a regular car. You need a 4-wheel drive for that. There's a farmer's field to this side here on the other side of this screen of trees. You can't really see it through there, it's pretty thick here. But there is a farmer's field there. Oh, now you can detect it a little bit. There is a field there. Basically it's hay. That's all they grow in there. Trees, alders and aspen and cherry. That's what's growing along that little, what do you call it, a hedgerow. It's not really that. But yeah, it's an open field on the other side here, and it's part of the original field. This field would have included our property before the fire in the 50s. They let the rest go wild, but this part is still maintained. The local farmer uses it regularly. And since we're at 6 minutes, we're going to start heading back. I'm going to try to loop around so you don't see Wesley's right ear or the umbrella. I'm not doing bad. It's just starting to rain harder, and I'm not under the umbrella anymore. Okay, got a little closer. This is a little more intimate than we like. We usually don't walk this close together. But yeah, it's kind of cool that we're able to actually do a video on foot today, because I really didn't think that was going to be possible. I thought it would be raining harder already. I should have done it this morning. I could have done it by myself without the umbrella. But hey, this is the weather we're getting. You see the clouds are kind of swirling to the west. They're going from east to west because we're on that side of the storm. I think they're going to go more north to south as the storm passes us. But I don't think it's going to get colder. I think it's going to get warmer, because it's actually not very cold out. So you kind of expect that with a tropical storm.
Yeah.
And I'm
it's
kind of
not strong enough for me to just to go like,
oh, he wanted to get into the picture. Okay, if you look close at those bushes up here, those trees up here, you can see little cherries that are actually close to ripe, the black cherries. There are a lot of them. And right on, we're gonna head on back here. There is an apple tree on the corner up ahead there. You can see a tree sticking out. The umbrella doesn't block the vision. There's one sticking right out there that's a darker green. That's actually an apple tree. I don't think, it's not one of the original trees planted by the settlers. It looks like a volunteer that grew up. It's not that productive. It doesn't seem to lure that many bears to come this far up either. There's a couple on the other side of our property as well, growing like that. They're younger trees. They're just volunteers. Oh, I just saw the umbrella dip into the picture. Wesley, you're not doing your job. Okay, no, we're just kidding there. I'm teasing because we're doing pretty good. We're actually going to get a video out of this. Yeah, you can see if we go take a look here now, turn, if you look up, you can kind of see the apples starting to ripen on the tree. They're very scabbed up usually, but if there's no worms in them, we can collect them for applesauce. I wouldn't do much else with them. Well, you might be able to make apple cider and all, but they're not sprayed for anything, and if you've ever been around apples, they tend to get a lot of tension from disease and like apple scab and little worms and stuff get in there. These are more affected by the scabs, which make them look absolutely horrible, gnarly little things. But if they ripen up good, we might be able to get good applesauce out of them. So we'll see. And there's a lot of trees around here. There's a 7-tree orchard in the back by the one cottage there where the old farm had been. And if you go the other direction, the Polly place has a little mini orchard that was close to where the house and all was too. and those trees are quite productive. The tree on the corner of the road back there, I tend to leave that one to the bears. They like that spot. And since we've reached our 10-minute limit here, and we're approaching our property, we're going to call it a day. Thanks for watching. Always remember, and I'm going to try to say this in full this time, time flies whether you're having fun or not. Yesterday's video didn't go the whole way. I can kind of see Mom in the distance there walking with a raincoat. She wanted to exercise. We're trying to avoid cabin fever. So thanks for watching. Dorian will get more interesting. We'll see what we do with the video tomorrow. You have yourself a good day.